Two things to pay close attention to when you're pitching. We see a lot of golfers who set up to the golf ball. The ball position almost gets too far back, so it's almost off my right heel here, and then the hands get too much ahead. See from there, my hands are too far ahead. From there, there's going to be a big disconnection between my left arm and my left hip, so that grip end is going too much down and forwards. The leading edge is going to dig into the ground. What when you do, when you set up to the ball, I want you to keep your elbows quite close to the side of your rib cage. So it's like elbows quite close together, hands nice and soft, and all you're going to do from there is to move your arms. What you've got to do is you've got to move your chest. So we see a lot of golfers who do not rotate their chest for this shot. Chest pretty much static over the golf ball. Then they release the club early. Place the ball too far back with your hands too far ahead. We're going to drive that leading edge into the ground. That's a recipe for disaster. What I want you to do is I want you to place the ball a little bit further forward. I want you to feel like you get your elbows more connected to your rib cage. So from there, for me to move my arms, I've got to try and move my chest. The chest is the engine. That's what creates all the power. So think elbows quite close together, hands nice and soft, so arms nice and loose. So do this at about 50% speed. So you're going to make sure the ball's a little bit further forward, so it's not too much off your back foot. It's a little bit more in the middle of your stance. We're just going to open this left foot up slightly, so we can allow our chest to start moving forward. What we're going to do from here, as we come into impact, elbows have to feel like they're quite close together. I'm going to go back, I'm going to go forward, I'm going to feel like my chest points towards the target. We see a lot of golfers who get into this position, they keep their chest pretty static over the golf ball. To the golf ball, at the moment impact, your chest should feel more open than what it was at address. So feeling left shoulder out the way, right palm to the sky. Three things: left shoulder out the way, chest to the target, right palm is closer to the sky. The grip and the club head line up at the same angle. Don't drag the grip forward. So if you struggle with driving the lead edge down, visualise the target 1 or 2 inches before the golf ball. All I want you to do from there is you're trying to get the trailing edge of the club to interact with the ground 1 or 2 inches before the ball. That's going to help us use the bounce, and it's going to help us maintain the loft on the club. So ball a little bit further forward, open up your feet a little bit. From there, you're going to go back, you're going to go forward. As we release the club, two things: elbows have to feel like they're close together, grip has to feel a little bit lighter. I want to feel that the grip end of this club at the moment impact is almost pointing back in the region of where my right hip is. Don't drag the club forward and down. I'm going to feel it as we release the club, chest to the target, grip end of this golf club pointing back at my right hip, facilitated by right palm pointed towards the sky. Chest towards the target, grip end of the club working back towards right hip, and right palm to the sky. So elbows quite close together, grip nice and light, chest to the target, grip of the club pointing back at your right hip. That's a good feeling for us to utilise the bounce and keep the club face a little bit more open and widen a margin for success. It's the target, grip end of the club pointing back at your right hip, right palm to the sky. Almost like that.